Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. We got some exciting overframe stuff to talk about. But first up, another silly card. Moving Point Pendulum, a continuous trap card. By the way, forgive me if my voice is a little ragged at this point. I literally just got done streaming Danganronpa for 5 hours on my Twitch channel, which you can find at Thempire Ian on Twitch. It's the same thing. So I'm coming here to record this. Immediately after that, it's going to be a little ragged and a little bit tongue-tied. Bear with me. Continuous trap card once per turn during the standby phase. Place 1 T counter on this card. 1 trans counter, you say? Once per turn, you can target 1 pendulum monster in your main monster zone, move that pendulum monster to the adjacent main monster zone at a number of times equal to the number of T counters on this card. Then, if there's any opponent's fusions or Ixies monsters with a level rank equal to or lower than the target monster's pendulum scale in its column, destroy as many of them as possible, and if you do, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the number of total attack they had in the field. This is a bad card, but it's funny. I like when they do math cards. This one is exactly a math problem, but it is still funny. Like all you need to do is just be able to move one over a certain number of T counters to a spot where a fusion or Ixies with a level or rank sits, and then it has to have a level or rank lower than the pendulum scale, and then you get to destroy it. And then inflict damage. You can destroy more than one because of the extra monster zone. That's what's being included there. Funny card, not good, but funny. Next up, a new hero card and a retrain of Hero Flash. Very interesting. The original Hero Flash is terrible. Let's see what this one does. Normal spell card. You can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. Or actually, this one doesn't say once. It just says per turn. It's still pretty understood, even with that typo, I believe. Activate one of these effects for the rest of the turn. If an elemental hero monster you control takes a defense or attacks a defense monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Okay, I don't care about that. You only get the one of these effects. Target cards your opponent controls up to the number of elemental hero monsters you control, destroy them. Okay, so it has a Stratos effect on it. Although it's just cards instead of that's not a bad effect. Take an elemental monster from your graveyard, and if you do, either add it to your hand or special summon it. Okay, that's decent. For the rest of the turn, elemental hero monster you control cannot be you can attack your opponent directly. That could actually be very useful in certain situations. I don't know if this card is good for hero. This seems really good, or at least pretty good. This seems useful, and this seems situationally useful. It can just help you push for lethal. I mean, like, why does it even have this in that? Like, why does it even have piercing if you could just make them attack directly? I guess in case you want to clear a monster instead of... I don't know, dude. That's just really strange. All right, let's take a look at the main event, though. There's a ton here, so let's get started. More overframe retrains, all from the legendary heroes and rivals and whatever set. It's called Lock for some reason. Legend of... I don't know what the reasoning behind that is. So this is a bunch of retrains. First up, we have Multiplying Karibo. It's Karibo with the multiply card in the background. That's such a cute way to draw the card. This is a really cute card. I like it a lot. Dark Fiend effect, level 1, 300, 200, of course. Well, use the first effect of this card name once per turn. When the opponent's monster declares an attack or your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you special summon this card from your hand. Cool. That's decent. Once per turn, if an opponent's monster attacks during damage calc or when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you can add to your hand or quick effect you can add to your hand or special summon a Dark Magician or a monster with 300 attack, 200 defense from your deck or graveyard. Then you can change your opponent's monster's attack to 0. Now that's funny. So this is a turn 0 play for Dark Magician. Really cool. That's really cool to add more turn 0 plays. I think the other Dark Magician is also a turn 1 play. This one adds more turn 1 plays for Dark Magician. Pretty cool. But you know what it also does? It also can get any Power Patron or Skull Servant cards. Power Patron is obviously the better of the two, but yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with this card. Interesting. Like a very interesting card, I would say. And then we have Wing Karibo Sabatiel. Oh my god, look at it. Sabatiel level 10. Light Fairy monster level 10, 300, 200. You'll use the first and second effects card must return. It's funny, we have so we're going through like the different generations again. We've got Karibo for DM. We've got Karibo again, but different for GX. Okay, you can reveal this card in your hand, pay half your life points, add a polymerization spell or a fusion spell from your deck to your hand, and if you do, shuffle this card in the deck. You cannot special from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for hero monsters. Wow, okay. Is that good? Probably, right? That's gotta be good. During your opponent's turn, if you have 1,000 life points or less, you can special summon this card from your hand, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the highest attack amount among the monsters they control. Huh. So it can kind of win the game out of nowhere if they're low, and otherwise it is just a searcher for polymerizations and fusion spells. Locks you in the hero, so you can't do shit like get branded fusion. But, I wonder if this will be played. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they need this, and like, even if they do need it, it's just 3 more copies of it, right? I will say it is not retroactive, so you can do this at the end of your turn and then not be locked in the heroes for the rest of the turn, like for the beginning of the turn. All right, next up, new Junk Synchron. This looks fantastic. Wow, this looks so good. That's so fucking clean. Star Junk Synchron. Cool name, funny. Even Star Junk. I hope they do that more. Dark Warrior Tuner, level 3, 1300, 500. For a Synchro summon, you can substitute this card for any Synchron tuner. Okay. You can only use the first and second card once per turn. If a card is in your hand, you can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon this card. And if you do special summon that monster. Oh, okay. Whoa. If the card is in the hand, target a level 2 in the graveyard. Special summon this card. Special summon that monster. Effects are negated. Can't special summon an extra deck for the rest of the turn except for synchro monsters. Wow. Whoa. Banish this card from your graveyard. Junk Warrior you control cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects this turn. Okay. Like this card. Whoa. This card is crazy. Does this... I'm thinking this might make the Junk Warrior deck viable. Like the terrible ass Junk Warrior deck feels like it could be viable in Genesis format specifically. I don't know if it'd be, I don't want to, the TCG, but I think like this card is so fucking crazy powerful. And it mentions Junk Warrior, so you can search it with all the crap. It mentions Synchron, it says Synchron. For all of that, Synchron tuner, you can get off the tuning. Wow. This is an incredibly powerful card. Next up, a Gagaga for his Exel. Looks pretty nice. Oh my god, the overframes look so good. Oh hey, it looks like we got a little bit of an answer here. His foot doesn't come past the, so this area right here they don't want to fucking touch, as if they can avoid it. What does that look like over here? Yeah, they avoid touching it here too. So this bottom area right here, you don't touch it. Don't touch the copyright zone. Interesting. Gagaga Magician, Gagaga Magic. Dark Spellcaster effect. Level 4, 1500 to 1000. You'll use effect of this card's name once per turn. This card's in your hand, you can special summon it, and one other Zubaba, Gagaga, Go, or Dododo monster in your hand or graveyard, except Gagaga Magician, Gagaga Magic. And if you do, immediate after this effect resolves, Ixie summon one Zubaba, Gagaga, Go, Dododo, Jin, Heroic Champion, number, ZW, or ZS monster using only those 2 monsters. When you do, treat the level of one of those monsters the same as the other monsters. Huh. Okay, let me read that again so I can figure out what the fuck's going on here. That's so much. The card's in your hand. You special summon it and a Zubaba Gaga Go Do from hand or graveyard, which is just so easy to do, as we've seen in Genesis format, where Do Warrior became a staple card in any Ixies deck. And then if you do immediate after this effect resolves, you just get the quick Ixies. And this appears to be mandatory. This is not a optional effect, so you have to do this. You make a Zuaba Gaga Go Do Jin Heroic Champion number ZW or ZS monster using only those two materials. And when you do, you get to treat the level of one at the same with the other. So like if you have a level in there, you have that kind of synchro, or Ixies, I mean. Another fucking crazy card. So you can use this to instantly go into Gaga Girl or Gaga Girl, and then she can just get you searching and wow. And it can work with just about anything in hand as long as you have a critical mass of the Zuba Gaga Go monsters, and you will, because that's how the deck works. It has to have a critical mass of them. Wow. These are all incredibly strong cards, except for this one, which is only fine. It seems decent. Next up, a new pendulum. Horoscope Sorcerer, the Stargazer Magician. Yeah, new Magician's penned. Dark Spellcaster Pendulum, level 5, pendulum scale 1, 1200, 2400. Pendulum effect. You can only use a pendulum effect this card name once per turn. Opponent activates spell card or effect. When opponents activate a spell card or effect resolves, you control a magician, pendulum monster, or odd-eyes monster. You can negate the effect and destroy this card. Oh, okay, just a negate on the spell card. That's probably fine though. Spell negates are like not as strong. You only use the first, second, and third effects this card name once per turn. Discard one other magician. It does help with like a lot of the back row clearers or some of the stuff that really can fuck up Pendulum, but that doesn't help with trap cards. You discard one of their Magician, Pendulum monster, Performer Pal monster, or Odd Eyes monster, present on this card from your hand. Okay, again, these are like some of these amount of these guys in hand, although you can search a lot more in this deck. Discard a special summon, you can add a Pendulum monster 2500 attack from your deck to your hand. Okay, it's got search power of its own. Target a Pendulum monster card you control, destroy it, and you can add one pace up Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. Ah, man, they really want you to make that one guy. Oh, what is his name? The Sorcerer. You know what I'm talking about. The one that summons when the card is destroyed or whatever the fuck. Is this a ritual? Yeah. So the Vrains one is a new Signet ritual target. Interesting. Cyber's Code Magician, Dark Cyber's Ritual. Level 7, 25, 2000. Ritual summon this card with Signet Ritual. You can only use the first, second, and third of it. First and second effects this card name once per turn. If a link monster you control will be used as link material for a Cyrus monster, this card in your hand can be used as material. Oh, so it's fucking Link Coder. Cyrus Code Magician. Yeah, okay. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. You can special summon the rest of this turn except for Cyrus monsters. Also send a Cyrus monster from your deck to the graveyard. Or if this card is ritual summon, you can special summon that monster instead. Oh. It seems like a quite strong card. But I don't know if there's really a place for it. I mean, like, where would you use this, right? It'd be Malice. It's a Dark Cybers, and it works with their link shit, right? If you need a material, you have a material in hand now suddenly. Cool. And then when you do that, it locks you into Cybers monsters. Okay, big deal. And then it bins one to the graveyard, and then you can banish it with the effects of your Malice monsters to make your Malice end board. So did I say Malice, or was I just saying Cybers? Sorry, I'm very tired. I was streaming for 5 hours. So yeah, Malice. It's just, I don't know if Malice needs this card, right? That's the only question, is like, is this card good enough to justify being put into Malice? And that I'm not sure about, because Malice already has a lot of good cards and consistency and all that stuff. Does it need something like this? I'm not sure. I don't know. It certainly isn't bad for sure. Honestly, it might be better than the Adagnister stuff they were playing. I don't know if they're still on that though. I haven't kept up with Malice since it kind of fell out of favor a little bit. I can see this kind of being useful though. Just like a 3-of extension tool. That's the problem though, is that it's just extension. It doesn't do anything but extension. But you know, if you are extending, it's a pretty good extender. Oh, you know, it also just works. It doesn't have to be tributed to get that other effect off. It could just be sent to the graveyard. You could just like discard it for some card effect. I don't know if Malice has any of those, but yeah, just like a discard or a foolish burial of some kind will get this thing going as well. And then it does another foolish burial. It's kind of funny. Oh wait, a foolish burial won't do it. It needs to go from hand or field. So yeah, a discard would work outside of just the normal using it as link material. I don't know. Interesting for sure. So here's what I'm going to say. I got interesting and interesting. Potential meta deck implications, but also good in its own deck that it's supposed to be going into. So that's really fun. I like when cards, like especially anime cards, are good in their own deck, but also have some meta implications. Dark Magician Power Patron, anyone? Extremely good in its own deck. Like potentially like this card's incredible. I can't believe this card exists. Really good card. Extremely good card. This one's hard for me to evaluate. I'm not a penned expert. It seems pretty damn good though. And yeah, like I said, interesting. I'm not sure, but interesting. But you know what I am sure about? They look fucking fantastic. Look at that. Looky. Gorgeous. Pretty cool. Very cool. Hell yeah. That's Yu-Gi-Oh, baby. What I really appreciate about the overframes is that they've managed to do the frame break, the full art frame break stuff that we've been clamoring for quite some time, while still keeping it so distinctly Yu-Gi-Oh. You would not mistake this for not a Yu-Gi-Oh card. That's a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh card right there. That's what Yu-Gi-Oh looks like. That's Yu-Gi-Oh, baby. I mean, to be fair though, they've kind of had this technology. They've had this technology for a while in Rush Duel, but like, they've always had this layer of the pendulum be a little bit transparent. Pendulum artworks are a little bit longer than normal artworks for that exact reason. Because they actually stretch down into this little text box. This text box is always semi-transparent. I'm surprised they haven't, like, it took until now to do this, honestly, because they already had the solution in hand. But I'm pretty happy with these. What were the other things? Oh yeah, Hero Flash looks like an interesting piece, and this is a funny card, of which nobody will play. Probably. Who knows? All right, that's it from me. I've got to go to bed. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think of these cards down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity, among other benefits. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Fleakill, Haru Hayes, the Almighty Ferret Lord, Fire Mizumi, Beastman, Bryn, and Beelzis. A big thanks to all my patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye!